happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to see this one, as we got our newest FBI director, Kash Patel, already off to a hot start, as we're now seeing him coming after the very crooked and corrupt former FBI director, James Comey, in this newest update, guys. I'm excited to get into it. So we'll hop straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
As the FBI is now looking into James Comey's off-the-books honeypot operation targeting the 2016 Trump presidential campaign. Oh, yeah. New leadership of the FBI is starting to investigate into the origins of the agency's plan a decade ago to infiltrate the Trump campaign and then candidate Donald Trump using two female undercover honeypot agents. The off-the-book investigation, launched in 2015 by former FBI Director James Comey, was revealed by an agency whistleblower in protected disclosure to the House Judiciary Committee last year, first reported by the Washington Times in October. The intelligence community, a honeypot, commonly refers to an undercover operative, usually a woman, who feigns sexual or romantic interest to obtain information on a target. According to the whistleblower, two female FBI undercover employees infiltrated Mr. Trump's 2016 campaign at high levels and were directed to act as honeypots while traveling with Mr. Trump and his campaign staff. The Times has learned that the Bureau, now led by Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, is looking into the once undercover employees who previously under Mr. Comey's direction. The Times reached out to the FBI for comment. According to whistleblower disclosure, the Times reviewed the investigation differed from Crossfire Hurricane, later an FBI counterintelligence operation to look into the never-proved allegations of Russia collusion. The whistleblowers said to be early off-the-books probe was a criminal investigation targeting Trump and his staff. Mr. Trump launched his presidential campaign in 2015 at Trump Tower about a year before the FBI opened Crossfire Hurricane. The whistleblower's agent personally knew that Mr. Comey ordered an FBI investigation of Mr. Trump and that Mr. Comey personally directed it, according to the disclosure. The investigation did not appear to target specific crime, but was more than anything just a spying operation, a fishing operation to find anything incriminating on the future president, 45 and 47. The whistleblower said that the undercover operation was obscured from the Justice Department Inspector General, who investigated the misconduct of the Trump probe. The case had no predicated foundation, so Comey personally directed the investigation without creating an official case file in Sentinel or any FBI systems, according to the whistleblower's disclosure. The FBI had multiple methods of protecting highly sensitive investigations, so Comey did not have a legitimate reason to officially create an official investigation or file. This is just pure weaponization by the FBI. Additionally, the disclosure says that the secret investigation may have indicated institutional bias that the FBI had against Mr. Trump. It did not appear that there was any information about the investigation that was turned over to Trump Criminal Defense Counsel. So it's like illegality up and down. The investigation was eventually closed because a major newspaper obtained a photograph of one of the undercovers and was about to publish it. But the FBI official press office told the outlet that the photograph was an FBI informant who would likely be killed if the photograph was publicly released. This is insane. In fact, the photograph of the FBI undercover employee, the FBI whistleblower employee, noted that the disclosure was one of the undercovers agreed to be transferred to the CIA so she would not be available as a potential witness. Okay, so the spies were just put in the CIA. Got it? The other undercover employee was rewarded for her activities through a promotion at the Bureau and is presently a high-level FBI executive in a major field office. The FBI whistleblower employee personally observed one or more employees in the FBI being directed to never discuss the operation with anybody ever again, which included talking with the other people involved in the 2016 campaign infiltration operation. The FBI employee making the disclosure took this admonishment as a direct threat to the employee who received it.
Guys, That's all I need to see right there. And I'm pretty sure that's all our FBI director, Cash Patel, his deputy director, Dan Bongino. That's all we really need to see. It's all right there in black and white. Now it's time for the charges. Come on now, have these folks face some accountability for a change. We haven't seen these folks having their feet held to the fire yet. We just keep seeing investigation after investigation where I'm on the outside looking in, and this right here is enough to go ahead and slap some charges. I mean, the way they came after Donald Trump was downright wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to see is the greatest unraveling of the deep state in American history. This is why James Comey has been behaving the way that he's been behaving. James Comey, who of course hates Donald Trump, has been regularly seen campaigning for Joe Biden, campaigning for Kamala Harris, going to Democrat headquarters, making phone calls. He's become like a Democrat activist. This is not standard operation for an FBI director. I mean, just for like to hold the side up, right? You would assume that as a former FBI director, you'd want to act as impartial as possible. But he's been anything, he's done the exact opposite. Former FBI Director James Comey, who directed the FBI to spy on the Trump campaign, dismiss Hillary Clinton's egregious breaches of national security, lay the groundwork for Russia collusion narrative, is now getting literal walking orders from woke Democrat campaign staffers. Look at this. Look at this. James Comey.
And that's another huge tell, guys. The reason why a lot of these rogue agents and bad actors were so behind Kamala Harris and her campaign was simply because they knew exactly what was going to happen if Donald Trump got back in office, which he did. And this is not revenge. Let me keep you guys clear on this one. This is not revenge that we're seeing. This right here is just justice.
Look at this.
Campaigning.
James Comey has been saying on TV, on a now canceled show on MSNBC, that he expects that the Trump FBI will be investigating him, preparing, ladies and gentlemen, the audience for what's about to happen.
Are you concerned that it may get a test unlike any other if Donald Trump is reelected? I mean, when you think about a second Trump administration, what do you think the implications would be for the FBI?
Oh, serious, for the Justice Department and the FBI, because Trump is coming for those institutions. He knows their power, and I think he has regrets that he didn't work hard enough to corrupt them last time. So he's coming for them, and that's a danger for all Americans. He's going to put people in positions in those organizations. He didn't have all-stars the last time. He'll have the bottom of the barrel this time, but people who will want to do his will, and that should worry every American. This election matters. Because of a reason like that, people have to participate. You cannot sit on the sideline. I don't care how you feel about Joe Biden, you must vote for him because the consequences on the other side are too severe.
Guys, that right there just highlights the point I'm trying to make. He's saying everyone get out there and vote. Not for Kamala, but for Joe Biden to save my hide, to keep me out of prison. They already knew what was coming. Pretty sure Adam Schiff tried to pull the same move. You guys cannot get ahead of the narrative by trying to point and put the blame on Donald Trump, saying that he's going to weaponize the Department of Justice.
Wild revelation, ladies and gentlemen. Cash Patel's FBI just opened up an investigation into James Comey's operations against Donald Trump. Absolutely huge. Accountability is coming, is actually happening. The Washington Times now reports that Patel and Dan Bongino are looking into these employees. And ladies and gentlemen, what does Dan Bongino and Cash Patel have to say about James Comey? Luckily, we have the clips at the ready. All right? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Accountability, actual justice is coming in the form of Bongino and Cash Patel, and hell comes with it.
Let's go.
Watch.
We got to get rid of people like this. Jim Comey, who signed on, obviously, with the woke agenda because he's weak. This is one of the most disgusting human beings on planet Earth. A man who has done more damage to the United States and its institutions than I'd argue anyone else alive right now. There are people who've done as much, John Brennan, but you can't possibly do more. This man decimated the credibility of the FBI. He is the worst FBI director in the history of the FBI. And the problem with Jim Comey is he is a straight up sociopath. He is a man who has zero remorse for what he did. There is a damning report that just came out, the Durham report, suggesting they never had any evidence to start this case with at all. And Jim Comey, the FBI director, who personally oversaw the case against Trump to spy on him and his presidency, you'd think this guy would sliver into the cave he came from. to never be seen from again. And his family would tell people he died in a car accident, so they don't have to acknowledge they know him. Not this guy. This a-hole loser wrote another book and is out doing the media tour. So on the media tour, he was asked, hey, listen, now that the Durham report came out, anything embarrassing here? Are you like going to apologize to America? Nope, not at all. This is a sociopath in action. Watch this loser.
As for the Durham report, 300 pages, 4 years investigating the investigators. One of the things that did come out of it was that procedures, regular FBI procedures, were ignored, that steps were missed along the way in this investigation. In fact, Director Wray said when the report came out, yeah, we acknowledged that a couple of years ago, and we've changed all that. Those changes are already in place. Do you acknowledge perhaps that some mistakes were made along the way?
Oh, definitely. And they were found 4 years ago by the Inspector General. So there's nothing new in this new document.
What were some of those mistakes from your point of view?
Oh, that the FBI didn't communicate clearly the status of certain sources. They didn't double check certain information before putting it in a court application for a foreign intelligence wiretap, and a bunch of others.
And so do you believe now, as some of these politicians call for defunding of the FBI, that has been corrected and that now the procedures are in place to avoid those kind of mistakes in the future?
I think so. But in complex investigations, there's always going to be mistakes. It doesn't mean the FBI is incompetent, honest, and independent.
So, Director, with some distance now from your time there with that investigation and everything that came into that 2016 election, are there things that you wish you had done differently?
Oh, plenty. I mean, plenty of small things. In the main, I think the FBI did it in the right way during a very difficult time in 2016.
Is this guy smoking the glass? Is this guy on crack? Is he smoking crack?
But when do you believe the FBI figured out that all of this was just one political campaign trying to take down another?
I think they knew right away. In the documents that we put out in the Nunes investigation, the Nunes memo, and the HIPSI report on Russian active measures show that the FBI knew right away, because their FISA abuse process, now that declassification process is complete and your viewers can read it, that the FBI knew the information was fraudulent. They knew the credibility problems with Christopher Steele, and they knew the DNC through Fusion GPS and Perkins Coie were piping in tens of millions of dollars into the machine so that they could get up a FISA warrant on President Trump. So I think they knew right away, which is why I think the individuals at the head of the FBI need to be held accountable. Look out for indictments against the folks like Fusion GPS and Glenn Simpson for helping perpetuate this fraud.
Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Benny Johnson. Definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those who want to go over there and check that entire thing out, all she has to go over there and show our friend Benny Johnson tons of love and support. He's a great guy. Oh my goodness, guys. Another huge win come for Donald Trump. All of his supporters, honestly, we're finally seeing some accountability. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of this much win. I mean, it's win after win with these guys, and it just doesn't seem to stop. I've got my popcorn on standby. I'm waiting for the day that we see James Comey and his cronies finally being held accountable for their corrupt rogue actions against Donald Trump, y'all. But definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.